Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Well, today we're going to be covering a bit of a hidden gem, a little project I've followed for a while now. They've developed a really great product, haven't really got their name out there with marketing or anything like that, but I think it's got all the bullish tailwinds to be successful in the next market cycle, and that's Handle Finance, the ticker Forex. So global forex trading platform allowing you to trade all those different global currencies, convert between those currencies and cryptocurrencies, but more importantly, borrow and mint in your local currencies. So non-US stablecoins, I think, is going to be another thing we're going to continue to see a lot of growth of. I've spoken about the crackdown in the regulatory environment in the West and how crypto adoption is probably going to be stronger and freer in all these other developing countries. Obviously, you can earn rewards by trading and depositing liquidity and helping grow the ecosystem as well. They've got a good referral program and a few of these things that are starting to come to the forefront for this good little project. So it recently had a bit of a spike. It's still around $1 million market cap, decent trading volume for such a small project. But that little pump was caused by the news that it's going to be one of the projects involved in the next round of that Arbitrum Odyssey Reignited that they do to try and put the spotlight on good projects in the Arbitrum ecosystem. So Arbitrum's obviously pretty big these days, 860,000 followers. So getting more eyeballs, always a good thing, but particularly in a bear market. It's really hard for these little projects. They're not spending money on marketing really, and there's no reason to when there's not a lot of new users entering the ecosystem. But whenever we do the fundamental analysis, it's, well, has the project got a good product, a good team, good runway to survive? Have they been building for a few years? And this one ticks all those boxes. So if you're one of our members, you'll know this one has been in my portfolio for a while now. We've covered in write-ups as far back as a year ago, I think, covering why projects like Maker will probably lose market share and the popping up of all these other liquid staking derivative-backed products. We're seeing interest-bearing stable coins, so all that sort of things becoming very interesting, and we'll continue to do research on all of that as well. But why is this such a huge opportunity? You might have heard these figures before, 7 trillion in terms of Forex market turnover. These are like really, really eye-watering numbers. This is per day. So quadrillions annually. So such a huge market that's currently, pretty much untapped in the DeFi crypto ecosystem compared to these, I guess, traditional TradFi markets. So many Forex brokers around there just in Australia, dozens, let alone around the world. So obviously there's scope for this decentralized protocol with a good front end to hopefully capture some market share off those guys. World money supply, this is just the four major central banks. What's that, 80 trillion? I think globally is over 100 trillion now. So this is that aspect of minting your own stablecoins in your own local currency. So I've got my Maker t-shirt on today. One of the projects we first covered 5-6 years ago about the importance of a decentralized global central bank. Now, Maker have actually had some pivots. They've got a lot of censorship risks. A lot of these other stable coins that are backed by US dollars in banks are now holding, bonds, treasury bills, and all that type of thing. It falls into that regulatory risk, censorship, and all those problems versus something that's remains completely decentralized. We'll talk about some more benefits at the end as well. This is running on Arbitrum. I think their future plans are to be multi-chain, gasless for depositing, minting stablecoins and that sort of thing. And then obviously if you bridge the Arbitrum network, this is where you can trade all these Forex currencies. So connect your wallet, Arbitrum network, all that usual stuff through MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using. But this is the platform, and very similar to traditional Forex trading platforms. Nice and easy to use, whether you want to trade a couple of cryptos there. I think they've got plans to add more cryptos in future. The different foreign exchange currency pairs, Aussie dollar, euro, so on, as well as a few other products like the volatility index, NASDAQ, DXY US dollar index as well. So that's going to continue to grow. But one of the reasons why I think this can gain some market share, we did see DYDX, who are a really dominant player in the Ethereum ecosystem, announce that their V4 is going to be moving to Cosmos. So it has given scope for the rest of the players in this space to grab some of that trading volume and whatnot. But project is also pretty unique, I think, in the fact that they're allowing that minting of multi-currency stable coins and that type of thing. So a point of difference there. This is the screen here, Borrow, where you can borrow your Aussie dollars, Chinese yuan, whatever currency you want against your ETH, set your collateralization ratio. Similar to Maker, similar to projects like Liquidity and that type of thing as well. But the point of difference obviously being multi-currency there. For their oracles and their data feeds, I've been talking to the team as I have for a few years now, as they've been building out more and more features. So for the minting of stable coins and the creation of those vaults, they are using the Chainlink oracles. But for the high-speed trading, they've actually developed their own handle high-speed oracles in-house. And obviously in future, plans to decentralize more. I think projects like Chainlink and others are going to continue to look to become more decentralized and look to become more bulletproof in terms of how you can game the oracles. But this is still a huge problem and opportunity in of itself for projects that want to be truly decentralized. So here we can see the different earn rates. This is where the Forex token itself comes into it. So the more Forex you hold and stake, that becomes the VE Forex, and you can earn much higher rewards by holding that. They've got a referral program by just contributing liquidity as well to their pools. You can earn more to handle liquidity pool. Plans for that as well to become a bit of an underlying protocol as it is, and have other third-party providers with their own maybe front ends and the trading volumes, with this handle liquidity pool being the back end for the protocol itself. So that's all pretty exciting. They've got their other pools there on Curve and whatnot, and I know there's a lot more partnerships in the works. So these are all really exciting developments. Their V2 that's now out in the midst of a bear market. So here we can just see the breakdown of the handle liquidity pool. And in some ways, this is almost like that special drawing, right? A basket of currencies as such that serves for the trading volume for everything that's happening under the hood. Another cool feature that I've spoken to them about is this AI ChatGPT style broker or bot. So just like in the real world, if you'd ring up your broker and say, hey, what are my positions and what's my liquidation and how much do I need to hedge against this local currency, whatever questions you have that you go through ChatGPT, they're going to integrate that bot with their trading platform as well. So another bullish theme. Everyone seems pretty excited about AI, or scared, I guess, at the moment. So cool to see that they're looking to integrate that right into the platform as well. I've already spoken a bit about MakerDAI, but yeah, the fact that they got so, I guess, in bed with centralized stablecoins backing them like USDC, and even Rune, I think, has changed, I guess, his true decentralization philosophy from when the project first started. So, hey, I think this is still probably a project, DAI's still really dominant throughout the ecosystem. It's probably going to do really well again in a bull market. But I think it's kind of changed what it's trying to be now as more projects look to bring on real world assets like real estate and bonds. All that can be pretty cracked down on, seized very easily by centralized authorities, and I don't think the US is going to like too many more of these big players that are issuing US dollar stablecoins. I think that's something that's going to continue to have a pretty tough time around it, and you're going to see the centralized players really dominate as we move towards central bank digital currencies. They're going to look to knock out any competition. So in terms of competition for Handle Finance itself, we've got projects like Gains Network that have actually done really well of late. Angle is another one that we've spoken about that's got a Euro stable coin. If you head over there as well, again, hasn't really taken off. Hard to expect it to in a bear market. Jarvis Network as well is another one that you might have seen. So a few other features just to run through quickly. One thing I do like is the mobile version. So obviously, globally, a lot of unbanked people, different countries around the world, that type of thing, where there's all those censorship that comes into play, the access to KYC, who can trade Forex and sign up for it, particularly with leverage. Often you have to be a high net worth investor or a sophisticated investor, that sort of thing. In some countries, you just can't get access to this type of stuff, and in other countries, it's censored. So Global financial system facing 65 trillion in US debt. So being able to denominate and borrow in your local currency versus the global system as it is at the moment, where the US is still the world reserve currency. All these countries that have their debt denominated in US dollars are now struggling when rates are going up. Their currencies are starting to sink against the US dollar. So a benefit of being able to mint and borrow, particularly as an individual, even if the rules in your country say you can't do so, having that mobile version, allowing people just to go to the URL and use it on a mobile is a big point of difference there as well. We've also seen things like bans on short selling of stocks or currencies as well when things start to go ban, as well as foreign exchange controls. So some countries just saying you can't effectively sell your own currency, even though it might be hyperinflating away and you're losing its value. You go to the bank and they just say, no, you're not allowed to buy US dollars here or other currencies. So being able to do all this on your mobile, we know the numbers of people that are unbanked, in the billions of dollars. So a huge opportunity there as well. So hopefully that's given you guys a bit of a rundown on why I like this one. Obviously, if you want to get all our premium research, head over to our platform. We've been dropping that daily alpha with our new team. You can sign up for all that on Nuggets News website, where we're still offering that lifetime special for $700 as a bit of a special. A lot of people not aware that we are still doing all that crypto research as well. So yeah, that's it for Handle Finance. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you've used it, if you like it, any other projects in the same space, bullish tailwinds and that type of thing. Otherwise, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around, and I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers.